Hi, welcome back to your mat. This is Narisara, and this is an episode of Yoga for Anxiety. A lot of people come to yoga practice in times of stress, or if there's a lot of anxiety due to exams, work, the holidays. And yoga is something that can help dissipate the tension in the mind and the body. When you're practicing today, see if you can remain focused on your breath as well as the poses. And if you find your mind starting to scatter, see if you can bring it back to the mat, bring it back to yourself. And you might be doing that a lot, but that's just part of the practice too. Okay? So let's come back, let's get started. And first come to sit. And if you can take a pose called Hero's Pose, that's fine where I'm sitting on the heels. If you need to sit cross-legged, that's fine as well. You can let your eyes stay open, or you might want to let the eyes softly close. And just start to lengthen your inhale and lengthen your exhale. And begin by setting an intention, right? This isn't a goal, but this is a way to have a wish for your practice, right? Just have a wish to be grounded, loving, and stable. Let's take 2 more breaths here, letting every exhale release stress and tension. Every inhale find nourishment. Every exhale you can let go. Every inhale you can receive. And then go ahead, open the eyes if they're closed. Let's start off on hands and knees. And let's stretch the spine a little bit with extended puppy pose, right? Melting heart pose. So on your hands and knees, walk your arms forward. And your head might need to touch a prop, or it might touch the floor as you pull the hips back. You're still on your knees here. And this is a pose that helps lengthen the spine and allowing the spine to be released. And see if you can take a few breaths here, feeling the front, the side, the back of the rib cage. And creating more space all the way around. And then come back onto the hands and knees. And let's take a few rounds of arching and curling the spine, tucking the toes under, dropping the head, breathing. And then letting the tops of the feet come to the floor, forward. Just a few times like that, just to get a little movement. Make sure your shoulders are over your wrists, that you've activated the finger pads. And now we'll play with child's pose, right? So letting your big toes touch, the knees come wide, sit the hips back and let your arms come forward and head come down. And just take a few moments here to allow yourself to soften into the earth. Release all tension into the earth. Feel the back of the lungs expand. And as you exhale, let go. As you make your way onto hands and knees again, let's come into a standing forward fold. So let's bring one foot to the floor, second foot to the floor, and you're just going to fold over the legs. You're just going to allow the head to drop. You can hold on to opposite elbows and allow yourself to just dangle. If you need your knees bent and your feet a little wider, that's fine. I'm going to sway a little bit to the right and left, and that might get some stuff in the low back and the outer hips. You might nod your head a little yes or nod your head a little no. Try to soften your eyes, even close your eyes for about 5 or 6 more breaths here. And then we're just going to release the arms down. You can shake anything out in the shoulders. We'll do one more shoulder stretch here. So
You can cross the arms behind your low back or interlace the fingers as you bring the arms upward or forward as you breathe here. And 2 more breaths. Great for the shoulders and releasing any tension across the front of the chest. And then release your arms down. You can shake anything out and make your way up to stand. And as you come upright, you can roll your shoulders around. Then begin to roll your head and neck around a little bit. And just drop the chin in your chest and roll your head over to the right. And inhale, roll your head over to the left. And one more time, roll the head over to the right. And then over to the left. And as you come back to center, just take a moment here and just press through the feet in this little wide-footed mountain pose. And just inhale the arms all the way up and stretch up. And then exhale, just lower your arms. And then one more time, inhale the arms all the way up. And exhale, lower the arms down. And as you come up to stand, go ahead and find a focal point in front of you, something that you can let your eyes gently focus on. Bring the hands together in prayer in front of the heart. And let's play with tree pose. So shift the weight into the right foot, pick up the left knee and either at the ankle, shin, or above the knee joint. And this will help quiet the mind, focus the mind as you play with balance. Taking a few more breaths here. If you'd like the arms to come upward, they can. It's a sense of growing, right? A sense of reaching. We'll let the shoulders drop as the arms lift up. And then you can bring your hands back into prayer in front of the heart. Bring the knee forward and release it down. And then we'll come into the other side. Bring the hands into prayer. Nice and chill, right? Shift the weight into the left foot, pick up the right. Sole of the foot, ankle, shin, or above the knee joint, right? And then let the eyes, they're softly focused, right? They don't have to grip, right? Let the light and the color come to you. And if you want the arms to rise up, they can. If you fall, that's okay, right? So you can always get back up again. Not a problem. 2 more breaths here. And then you can bring the hands back into prayer and bring the knee forward and release it down. Shake anything out here. Good. And then from here, turn to the side of your mat, widen the feet a little bit left and right, and we'll play with triangle pose, right? So first, let the heels come in and the toes come out. Bring your arms out to the side and just start to move your ribs over to the left and right, right? So this is the first move in triangle, is a little side bend here. And we're just creating more space in the rib cage. And then as you make your way back to center, let your right toes come in, turn your left toes out, look over toward the left hand and reach as your hips shift. Let your left hand softly fall and come into Triconasana Triangle. And this is so good for the back as you release either the head down, center, or you can look up. Let's stay here for a little bit. Right? And choose a head position that's right for you. Just allowing the hips to release, great for the back, and easeful on the neck. Two more breaths here, and exhale, and inhale, and exhale. Press through your feet as you inhale, rise up. Good. Then drop your arms down for a moment as you turn the left toes in, turn the right toes out. Arms come back up into a T. Then keep reaching and letting the hips tilt. And then softly let the hands fall. It's more of a side bend than a tilt as you come into triangle pose, and the hand might touch the leg, ankle, as you breathe here. And your head might turn down, center, or up toward the ceiling. And we'll stay here for a little bit longer. Good. As you feel an expansiveness across the chest and choosing a focal point that's easeful in the neck and easeful on the eyes. And just 2 more breaths here. Then, as you exhale completely, press through your feet. Inhale, rise up to stand. And then exhale, lower the arms down. Turn the toes forward. Bring your hands to your hips. Press down, and then inhale, lift up. We're going to take a forward fold, a wide-legged forward fold. As you fold over the legs, take your time to bring the hands down. They might touch, and then try to let yourself release down. And we'll stay here for 3 breaths. Inhale, exhale, 1. Inhale, exhale, 2. Good. A very good pose here, releasing the inner thighs and the entirety of the back. And to come out of the pose, you'll need to press through your feet, bring your hands to your hips. Let your core be engaged as you inhale to lift all the way back up. And heel toe your feet closer together. And then make your way to the front of the mat. Let your arms relax. And then just drop your chin into your chest. So feel yourself start to fold over the legs. You're just starting to get a little smaller. We're going to make our way down to the floor. Okay. The standing poses can be nice just to build strength. And we'll do some seated poses as well, too. Okay. So from here, what you're going to do is you're going to start with the knees bent, the legs in front of you, and the hands back behind. And then let the legs come long in front as you bring the elbows down. And you're coming into a pose called fish pose. So zip the legs together, roll the shoulders back and down, lift the heart, and just take a moment to, maybe you're here with the gaze more forward. Some of you might be able to let the head release back. And it's a soft breath here, releasing tension across the throat, releasing tension across the chest. You're breathing in and exhale, release down to the floor. So you'll need to lift up, move your elbows out of the way, and release down. And then go ahead and lift up again. So just lift up. You'll need to bend the knees a little bit, bring your elbows to the floor, zip the legs together, roll the shoulders back and down, lift the heart up, and maybe your gaze is forward, or you might open the chest and let the head release back. And just release tension, tightness. Open the throat, open the chest in fish pose. Breathe here. And go ahead and release down. Letting the back bends free up the energy in the front of the body. And then bend your knees. Make your way up to sit. And as you come upright, just have the knees bent, feet onto the floor. Just breathe in. Take a little twist over to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, center. So good for the back. Exhale and twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. As you inhale back to center, straighten your legs. And then bend the right knee up. Externally rotate. Bring the sole of the foot against the thigh. Head of the knee pose, Janu Shirshasana. Flex that right foot. Lift it in the core and the heart. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, folding forward over the front leg. In this head of the knee pose, and allowing the entire hamstring to release, and you can let your head relax. And let this quiet the mind. And allow yourself to release fully into the earth. And then take an inhale to lift up, reaching the arms up. Exhale, lower the arms down. Bring the left knee up, stretch it forward. Then bring the right knee up, externally rotate sole of the foot against the thigh. Take a few breaths here, and on your next inhale, lift the arms all the way up, and exhale, fold forward. And then let the head release right at the end, and stay here and breathe. Allowing the low back to release. And 2 more breaths here. And exhale. And exhale. And take an inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Exhale, lower the arms down. Bring the knee forward. Stretch both legs forward. And then start here. We can have a little knees bend for a moment. You can flex the feet. This pose is said to soothe the nervous system. So a little forward fold. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, folding forward. And we'll stay here and breathe. Exhale, 2. 2 more breaths. Exhale. And exhale. And then inhale, reach the arms all the way up. And exhale, float your arms down. Then come to sit again. You can sit either in hero's pose. I'll come back to a cross-legged seat. And from here, just take a moment. Come nice and tall. Bring one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart. Right? Connect to a sense of grounding. Reconnect to your intuition. And breathe through the belly, the ribs, and the chest. Then exhale through the chest, the ribs, and the belly. And through the nose, you're going to be breathing in belly, ribs, and chest. In the chest, ribs, and belly. And keep going here, coming back to your intention of staying grounded, stable, and loving. And very stable, loving, and grounded. One more round. Inhaling to the very top. And exhaling all the way out to empty. Let your hands relax down. Take a few moments here just to feel. And then we're going to get the legs up into the air for a moment. So if you have a wall behind you, or if you have a couch or a chair, you can throw your legs up that. If you are in the center of the room, you can just come to lie onto the back and then bring the knees in and the legs upward. And this is so good to just help the ankles, the feet, the legs rest. Starting to really soothe and quiet down the entire system. See if you can allow the shoulder blades to just fall, being completely supported by the floor. And letting the fingers relax, the feet relax, the arms and shoulders release, the legs and hips release. Just take about 4 more breaths here. And come out of the pose. You'll bend the knees and then place the feet either onto the floor. Right. And if you have your legs up a wall or up a chair, you can roll out of that. And then continue to stay lying on your back. Just bring the soles of the feet together and the knees out to the side. Right? If you want a little pillow for your head, you can do that. If you'd like to reconnect again to your breath, to your intention, you can bring one hand to the belly, second hand to the heart, and allow yourself to rest here. In this reclined goddess pose. allowing yourself to fully receive, allowing yourself to rest. You might practice just inhaling fully and exhaling deeply and seeing what arises and then what drops away. Each and every breath very different. And then begin to deepen your breathing. Let the arms release down. Bring the feet to the floor and the knees up to the ceiling. You're going to roll over onto your side and make your way upright. And then just come to sit for a moment here. Rolling the shoulders back, releasing the head. And then just take that feeling of being calm, easeful, grounded, stable, and loving. And take this with you throughout the rest of your day. Thank you very much. We'll see you soon.